Here live. Oh, okay, now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Crystal Ninja Dojo. I'm super happy to be live with you guys again. Thank you, Michaels.com, and also John Bead for joining me, for inviting me to be on this live for you guys. We're going to talk about bling tumblers, okay? It's been quite the rage for many years now, and it just does not seem to stop. So I went down to Michaels and picked myself up this gorgeous candy cane tumbler. It's super cute. And oh, I don't want that on there. No, sorry, don't want audio on that one. Okay. Make sure that's okay. And so I'm going to show you guys some easy ways to do something as simple as this. The print and pattern is already on it, which makes it super easy. And it's a very simple process. First, I'm going to take off my label. That was for some photos we did for you guys. And of course, you've all seen tumblers everywhere. There's all kind of different tumblers in different stores, different kinds. This one's an acrylic that I did a couple years ago, just using a fun little cross stitch pattern, and then turned the cross stitch on its side and then did like a sprinkle fill in the background. So this was super fun. To do something like this, and it looks very vintage, kind of reminds me of my grandma. So sometimes it's fun to kind of get inspiration from designs from the past. And recently we did a Crystal Ninja cruise, and we taught this whole tumbler on for class, and did a beautiful seahorse design with all these giant fancy Austrian crystals, and then have lots of fill patterns in all the different backgrounds, and then even showed how to do the lettering. Just like that. So we do tons of work on tumblers, and we love to teach all the cool techniques. Most of the basics of the techniques, and then you can advance into the more difficult kind of techniques. And we have I can't show that one. I'll show you this one. And if you guys know us, you know that we do a lot of work that we can't show until the event. And there's an event this weekend in San Diego that's pretty cool, that we got the call for, and I'll post it as soon as I say I can post it. But here's another fun one that I'm working on for myself. I started it on the cruise as well. We had a Dazzle Me Day, and so I was working on this for my Tumbler, because I rarely get to do anything for myself. And so I might finish it next year, maybe on the next cruise that we go on. So that'll be fun. And let's see, I don't see any questions. Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you guys. So let's dive in. Let's talk about basics in the prep, okay? One thing that we do like to do, especially if something is going to be used a lot, you want to wash, of course, you want to wash your tumblers. You don't want to put them in the dishwasher. Usually on the bottoms, it will say if it's dishwasher safe. But for something like this, just a nice quick rinse in the sink and then let it dry. Like, you don't want to be soaking these. And I don't recommend putting them in the dishwasher. These are jeweled items. Now, the processes that we use when we use two-part epoxies, these could totally go through the dishwasher. They can go through the car wash. But for something like this, it's kind of a starter kind of process. And so we're going to use Aleene's The Ultimate Glue, and I'll show you guys how to put it in a syringe. But the first thing I like to do on a lot of these is to give it a little sand, a sanding, a scratching of that surface. And we're going to do probably just the two stripes today, maybe a red and a white one here. And I apologize, I've got some buzzing going on. And okay, sorry. I've got so many devices on here for you guys, so I had to have all the backup systems, all the things. All right, so, and do you see how I'm using just a nice easy nail file, and it has a grit of a 100 and also 180 on the other side. And you can see it's making these fine lines. I mean, I hope you can see that. It's on this one. Yes, I can see it on the camera. So just scuff it up a little bit. And since I'm only doing the little two stripes, I'm not going to sand any of the other ones. Unless you want to do the whole thing, you don't have to sand that whole thing. And yes, completely off. Okay, good. And then once you do the sanding, and we recommend doing this on anything that you're going to be using that gets handled a lot, it's always good to sand that surface. It just gives another layer of grip for that glue to grab onto, because you're increasing the surface area of your item. So I'm going to stay in this little white line and down to this red one. The gloss on here is really cool. Like, it's really fun to work with, and it has a nice contrast for that candy cane, the peppermint look. It definitely made me want some peppermint bark. And then, of course, one of my friends brought us some, so that was fun. Thank you, Anne, for bringing in some chocolates. And there we go. All right, so now after you sand it, you want to clean it. Simple alcohol wipes are great. That way you get all the little dust off of everything. Just give it a nice wipe. And then I flip it over and then I wipe it again. Nice and easy. And then we're going to let that dry. And while that kind of dries, we're going to fill a syringe, a gluing syringe. So there's nothing sharp with these. These are gluing tips. I'll put this aside to the top here. And I prefer the smaller ones. They fit better in my hand. That's really why I like this size. It's a 3 mil. And you can see the sizes here. I rarely ever use the measurements here. I want to fill this syringe just maybe not even half, because if you fill it all the way up, it makes your thumb have to reach way further, or your fist or your hand. So to fill them maybe halfway is a good kind of measurement for your projects. And we use tons of syringes when we're trying to do some nice detail work. And so the way I like to fill a syringe is we're going to open up this glue. I like to hold the lid in my fingers and the barrel of the syringe, because sometimes the glues, if we store them upside down, the air bubble can travel up, and then when you open it, it wants to burp. So try to always store your tubed glues with the bottom at the bottom and the top at the top. That's going to help your air bubble to not burp like this one. Obviously there, see how a little burp, at least it was at the top and it wasn't having too much glue come out. So I fill this just a little bit, does not have to be all the way up. And now, because my lid is in my fingers, I can put that lid on super fast, like ninja speed, fast, fast, fast. And then we're going to pop that plunger into the barrel. And you see there's an air bubble right here. Once you press that in, the air bubble does start to travel up. And because we only filled it halfway, it's going to pop. And now we have a perfectly filled syringe. And let's add that 20 gauge tip on. 20 gauge is a nice medium size for gluing. It's not too small, it's not too large. A lot of times the trick we have for gluing is there's too much glue. There's too much glue oozing out. The glue can travel to other items, can get on your hands, get on your desk items, and it just can make an extra bit of a mess. So I also like to have a napkin, and I get in the habit of placing my glue syringe or my glue bottle on the napkin in case it wants to burp. It's going to be on to your napkin. So always pay attention to where you're putting your glue. That way you don't make a mess and then get glue on something else. And then let's get these, ouch, get these opened up. Got some, I'm using SS20 in the light Siam. And also, here's a fun tip that I noticed, of course, after I started using the 20s, and then it tapers down. This stripe gets smaller as you go down. So I'm going to alternate the sizes. On the red stripe, I did use kind of a honeycomb fill right here, and then I switched to use 20s and 12s, 20s and 12s. So that's where I started, and I learned really quickly that it didn't quite fit. So then I changed up my stone size, and it might be hard for you guys to see. It's easier in the white. So maybe I'm going to start with the white so y'all can see that better. That'd be better, because the way the lighting is today, it's of course going to be a little bit tricky to show that. So let me put some 20s in the clear, and that way you'll see it really well. If my fingers will open that. So SS20 is also the same as a 5 millimeter stone. Sometimes if you're working in resin, it measures them by millimeters, and glass is usually by SS or stone size. All right, so we got some 20s and some 12s. Oh, it's backwards on the screen for me. That's okay. I work backwards and dyslexic and ambidextrous all the time, so we'll just do this opposite. Oh, that's too funny. All right, so we got the 20s and the 12s. And the one that I sanded is right here and right here. It might be difficult for you guys to see. Let me get rid of this straw in this lid. That's always a good thing. There we go. I have a little bit more space here. And then let's go from this direction over. So I'll move my things over, get nice and comfy. And this part is is kind of where you have to decide to start. I like to start from the top and then go to the bottom. It's kind of a large tumbler to begin with, and I also like to hold my syringe kind of in my fist. I wrap my fingers around the barrel and then press with my thumb. If your thumb doesn't if you have pain in your thumb, like lots of us have hand pain, you can totally use your fist. You can use your index finger, but when you hold your syringe like this and you use your index finger and your thumb, you have more of a control with this syringe. You don't press too hard, and you can kind of have a lot more glue control. And I'm going to make 2 lines of this glue. See how it comes out nice, nice little lines of glue. And then if at the ends of your lines, if you kind of flick your wrist, because this glue kind of is a little stringy, it will cut that string. And then I'm gonna press back, pull that syringe out just a little bit, and that way it stops coming out of that tip. And then you're gonna grab your amazing crystal katana tool to grab your SS20 stone and place it right here at the top where that edge is for that rim. And then grab a 12 and put it right next to it. And then we're gonna alternate it. We're gonna go with a size 12 next, and then a size 20 next. And we call this a premium honeycomb just because we're changing sizes. Every other one is different. And if we were to be doing a large surface, it would make a super cool pattern, but you can use this on stripes as well, especially when there's a stripe that kind of changes from thick to thin as you go, then you can kind of change your stone sizes. And it makes for a very interesting pattern, very luxe look to your items. How's everybody doing today? Getting ready for the holidays? Getting all those recipes gathered up. Lots of stuff is coming. And then I'm going to use the opposite side of my tool to position these, get them a little closer, make sure they're nice and straight. And then keep going. It's a very relaxing process. Many people find it very therapeutic. You can kind of zone out and just have a good time when you're blinging stuff. I feel like I should have some hot cocoa next to me and some fun holiday music. But we've also got a class going on here at the Crystal Ninja Dojo. We have a certification program going, and we've got 4 attendees, and it's right at their lunchtime, so which was perfect for today. I think I scared them. I was like, all of you guys are going to be live with me and you're going to be teaching. And they're like, no. Oh, and now I have a fly. What? There's a fly in here. This is Southern California. We don't get bugs. What's going on? What's going on today? Right? You've got a holiday storm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I am now seeing some comments. Right? That's right. You got 3 tumblers. All right, Carmi, I hear you. Yeah, we had a good time in that class. That was awesome. Got to put you guys on the 2025 schedule. All right, so I'll do a little bit more of the white, and then we're going to switch to some red because, I mean, the red is just gorgeous. I saw Oracle's name. What's up, Oracle? Good to see you. So I'm just alternating the sizes of these stones, and it fits perfect in this stripe. Now, as it gets smaller, I am going to get out the size 16 and alternate those sizes as well. So instead of using the 20s, I'll have the 16s, and it'll get smaller and smaller, but no one will know. That's the cool thing about using these kind of fill patterns and slightly transitioning them with different, just a slightly smaller stone size, is it's difficult to even see that it's happening, and that's a good thing. to trick the eye. And that way we solve the problem. And no one knows. No one knows. Awesome. Great to see you. What's up, Wanda? Good to see you. All right, so let's get out the red. Let's do the red 20s and the red 12s. Perfect. Today is perfect today. We've got a giant nutcracker project here at the Crystal Ninja Dojo. We're doing a collaboration box, and it's going to be 10 different lives. We're so excited to launch that schedule coming up I guess the schedule comes up next week, but we start December 1st on that. So Nutcracker is the theme for us for the whole month, well, of November and December for us, because we're also doing it for our Rhinestone artist VIP site. They get large nutcrackers and some super special stones. That'll be fun. I can't wait. Those actually ship out today. Super excited for that. So here I've got the SS20 as well. That's right. Oracle is a VIP 3 member. He'll be getting his kit very soon. And there's your surprise. You guys get nutcrackers. See, I never tell everybody what their kit is. What's up, Chrissy? Good to see you. It's fun now that I can see comments. Oh, yes, we did cowboy boots for August and September. Everybody got their full pair of boots in their size. I think that was enjoyed by everybody. That was a fun project. And we always like to teach techniques on, how to do a certain style or a certain material. Pardon me, I have to. Where's my water? Pardon me. Much better, much better. But yeah, in our VIP, we teach lots of techniques. In level 2, I give a video lecture every month of maybe a behind the scenes project. They're going to get lots of behind the scenes from the project that we're turning in today. That was a good one. That was another challenge for me as well. I like the challenges. Definitely like to keep it interesting. Let's see here. See how calming this can be. Awesome. Yes, Tim and Leslie. She's over here kicking booty over here. She's doing some good stuff. Yep, I saw that. Yep. We're cranking out some certified engineers over here. Is everybody gluing along with me? Everybody got all their kit supplies ahead of time? See, this red stripe is even smaller than the white one. It's a little bit more of a tighter fill. But look how beautiful this looks. And you don't have to glue the whole tumbler. You could just do a couple of stripes and look how beautiful and festive this looks. Walking into all the fun parties with just a little bit of bling or a lot. It's up to you. But I love it. It's going to help me have something fun because, of course, my other cups are unfinished because I'm always working and never have time. So this is a perfect excuse to only do a couple stripes on the front and on the back. And so I'll do a couple more of these red ones, and then I'll switch to the smaller SS16 stones. There we go. I think it's getting a little tight there. So let me go ahead and pull the 16s. What's really cool about the bead landing stones over at Michael's is normally a factory pack has 1,440 stones. They're giving you guys twice the amount. So that's pretty cool. On the 16s, the 12s as well have that. On the SS20s, you get 1,440, which is a standard 10 gross package. But they're doubling up on these packets for you guys. So that's pretty cool. And then on the larger ones, normally it's usually by the 1 gross, sometimes the 2 gross. This is more than that. This is, I think, 4.5 or 5 gross for the 576 pieces. So that's pretty cool. You got some good packets of these beautiful glass rhinestones at Michael's. Now I'm going to scooch over my 20s. When I'm using sizes separately, I do keep them kind of in order, and it helps my brain to not have to think too much, because again, this is supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to have to think too much when you're blinging, right? Not too much. All right, so I'm going to keep going with the red, but instead of the 20s, I'm going to use a 16. And still alternate. So I have the little size 12 right here. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, it's because we're in our dojo and we have all these amazing economic lights. And if you don't move around, they turn off. So we have all our big, thank you so much for your assistance, Susie.
Oh, is that me or is that her?
You want me to unmute? No.
Yeah, good. Okay.
There?
Hi, Kelly. Sorry,
Yes,
I
hello.
think I believe that may have been my accident. Someone was just asking that really thin red line. Would it be your recommendation to leave it alone, or would you go for the tiny stone on it?
Oh, that's a great question. If you have the stones that fit. So let's look at that real quick. I'll just place this little 12 on here. It kind of fits, but it does kind of go off the edge. So if you had smaller, like the SS8s, I would do it in 8s, but I don't particularly like to have the doily kind of bumps when they're on a decoration like this. I'd rather it be inside the line. Again, it is up to the artist. You totally could put the line of 12s. You could put even a line of 16s. But you'd have that doily kind of look, because after you add all these dots, they're going to have that shape and it won't be so perfect and red like that. So it's totally up to you. But I would love the SS8s for something like that.
Thank you.
Of
And
course.
someone did want to ask again, how long do you have with your glue?
Yes.
Which still allows you to move it around a little bit.
That's right. So I had this little bitty speck right here while we were chatting, and I'm pretty sure it's still fine to work around. Yeah. You've got probably, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the temperature in your room. If it's warmer in your workspace, your glue is going to kind of dry and cure faster. If it's colder, then you've got more time. And that's with nearly any kind of glue. Temperature is going to affect how fast or how slow your working time can be affected. Sometimes on some of our projects, we actually turn the air conditioning way up to get glues to go faster or slower to slow them down, because sometimes we have some super expensive ones that they cure very fast, and we're like, no, we need more time. So we set the AC super cold, put our jackets on, and then we have more time for that glue to kind of work, or for us to work with that glue. So now I've got the 16s and 12s alternating on this stripe, and it's fitting pretty good. I don't know if my camera can focus as well. Maybe. I think it looks pretty clear, but I like to stay inside the lines. It really helps that looks so sharp. Very nice. This is such a fun little cup. And you don't need a ton of glue. That's one thing that it even took me a long time to get used to. I was used to using a different glue that was just, you could put it everywhere and smoosh it and ooze it out and it was fine. I had to teach myself less glue is more. Oh, I want to put the 16, not the 12. I almost messed that up. And it's good to not have so much glue oozing out behind your stones. It's just a good habit to get into. And it took me a good while to kind of reteach myself with these types of glues. Now, if it's a two-part epoxy, I do like to paint it on. I can work faster with glues like that, but sometimes we still have to one dot or put lines with those techniques as well. It just depends on the project and the client and the outcome. There's just so many ways. We on our site on crystalninja.com, there's in the guide section, we have a really nice chart to show you guys glue recommendations and different surfaces that can be used with the glues. And we also have the 6 fill patterns that you can kind of look at. Um, Remember, I had mentioned that this is kind of a premium grid. I'm sorry, premium honeycomb, because they kind of fit together, but we alternate every other size is different, but essentially it does make that honeycomb kind of pattern. We've got a nice chart for you guys to kind of follow that has the 6 fill patterns, and it helps kind of simplify so many things on how you could approach your projects. You know, some projects might look great with super tight honeycomb. I can show you that on here. So a honeycomb print is when it's just back and forth. All the round stones fit perfectly together, just like the honeycomb in a beehive. And then we've got fill patterns like premium grid, where it's straight up and down with these larger light sapphires. And then we put tiny little pink ones. Oh, it's dancing time. Lights, lights in between. Thank you, ma'am. And then we have a sprinkle fill where we can put all the sizes, all the shapes all together just like that. So there's so many different fill patterns and techniques you can use to make different things, kind of accent them. Um, and then we even do some ombre from a one color down into the next. So there's so many fun techniques that you can do, and it's great to practice on lots of your own things like tumblers and kind of find out what you like best and what you're, better at gluing. If you realize that a certain fill pattern takes, oh, this takes too long and I don't like it, or, oh, I love this and I don't care, it takes too long. It's kind of up to you. Let's see. Let's put some more clear on here. I think I can still fit the 20s. And glues like this, the Aleene's Ultimate, can be easily cleaned up with rubbing alcohol. There is a faint smell to this glue, so if it's a bit strong, I'm gonna have like a little fan running. I'm in a gigantic warehouse right now, so we've got pretty good circulation. But with any glue, you want to be careful and always have some kind of a fan blowing and kind of circulating the air. But it's great for this type of project. It's very strong. It's washable. But I just wouldn't put things like this in the dishwasher because, things can go flying around in dishwashers. You just never know. All the activities that the dishes do when they're going through the car wash, the dishwash. Uh-oh. Oh, we got front door. Yep, she's got it. All right. And then I've got my napkin over here. So as I place my syringe down, I forgot to pull back on it. So it was kind of had a little bit of glue ooze, and just always keep this tip nice and clean. I wipe it almost every time I grab it, because if you have kind of a bubble of glue on your syringe tip, it goes onto here. That's too much glue. And then it starts to ooze out, and that's a problem. So I have a habit of always kind of wiping my syringe off before I kind of apply the glue. Keeps everything nice and clean. Nice and clean. Oh, I need the white, the clear. Oh, and I need the other one. I skipped one. And it moves right over. Look at that. Super easy. There we go. Yeah, you guys can decorate so many fun things for the holidays, even little gift tags for your presents and things. You can show up to all these parties with a fun sparkling cider and just put a few twinkles of rhinestones on the glass bottles to gift to your host or your hostess. Adding just a little bit of sparkle to everything makes it such a happy day. That's right. Lots of bling ornaments. That's right. Yep. So many blingy ornaments. That's 2 of our projects in our collaboration box that comes up next month. We've got a few left of those, a few available. It's a very limited edition. And it's a big kit, 10 different projects. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Awesome. Awesome. Very good, Colby. Bling post-it note holders. That's awesome. That'll be fun. Everybody uses post-it notes. I know we use quite a few. If y'all know the Crystal Ninja team, y'all know why we use post-it notes. They're very special to us. Mm-mm. All right. Is everybody finished blinging their 40-ounce tumbler yet? This is a big boy. It's a big one. Any other questions for me? I think it's now, this white stripe is now getting smaller. So I'll grab the 16s of the clear. Yes, I've got them right here.
Kelly,
Yes, ma'am.
you have clearly some of your regular fans are
Oh,
watching today. So you're getting lots of compliments in the sidebar.
aw, thanks.
You
Awesome.
you have some newbies too. And so, a really good question is, since there's a pattern like this, is it best to just go down the strip instead of row by row as usual?
Oh, right. Because on most tumblers, we do go row by row all the way around. But yes, on this particular one, I would do stripe by stripe because the pattern, it doesn't touch from the red to the white. It does not touch. And it would be very difficult to do it row by row in any kind of pattern because the stones would not match the angle of these red stripes. So I would address it stripe by stripe. Yeah, that's a great question. And thanks to everybody for joining. We're having a great day. We got like 80 people in here. That's awesome. Fantastic. Oh, so I got the 16s out. Let's do more of that and show how that gets a little bit tighter as we go. A little bit smaller. And also, do you guys notice I'm only doing maybe an inch or 2 at a time? There's no need to glue the whole thing because the glue down here will be a lot drier. So it's good to have, your glue nice and fresh and workable. Because we all know the phone rings, the dog needs something, you got to get up, got to do something else. So not having too much glue is very helpful on your process. So now I've got the 16, 12, 16, 12, 16, and we'll keep alternating and then we'll do the next row down here. Super cute. There we go. It's definitely getting smaller. Push that in. Look at that. How perfect is this? The 12s and the 16s working together. For a flawless tumbler design. Look at that. Can y'all see how that pattern is a bit different? Having the larger 20s and 12s on this end, and it kind of just starts getting smaller and smaller. It's very faint and gradual, but it does happen, especially around the curve of this tumbler. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Rosetta, that's a great question. Is this glue better? We like to use lots of different glues, and this it's a very nice glue, but we do definitely keep lots of glues in our Ninja arsenal at all times. And this one's from Aileen's, and it's called The Ultimate, and it is sold at Michael's and on michaels.com. The packaging may look a little bit different. One is black and red, one is black and yellow, so, but it's a good one to try out. And it's been on here for quite a while, and, yeah, it's holding really well. I do love this top decoration with these giant SS34s, and then I put the emerald, 16s right in between. Isn't that a fun pattern? So it's not completely covered, but it makes for like, almost a crown, almost a holiday crown on the top of this tumbler. That's super fun. Yes, the Christmas cracker crown. Yes, look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Right. Let's see. Side to side and then switch line to line. Oh, Linda, that's because I don't have a preference. That's just how my brain kind of works or doesn't work. Sometimes I do lines of glue, sometimes I do dots of glue. Sometimes I think I'm inconsistent on some of my techniques because what is it when you do something over and over again and expect a different result? You're insane. So I'm trying not to be too insane. I try to keep switching it up in my crazy little head of mine, keeping it fun. Always keeping you guessing. Always keeping you guessing. Yes. Oh, are you taking my alcohol wipes? Maybe I'll give you guys a quick tour of the Crystal Ninja Dojo at the end if there's time. Or come visit us at rhinestoneartist.com. It is open one more day and then it's going to close down for the month. It's your VIP membership. Oh, I need the smaller one. See, I'm not the best with patterns. I like to freestyle with a sprinkle fill whenever I can, but it would take lots of stones to do these stripes in a sprinkle fill. So being able to kind of switch up your fill patterns is a good talent to have because it can really help especially when you're doing this for a job. As a profession, you have to know all your numbers. You got to know how long it takes you for all these fill patterns. And that's what we're teaching or testing actually for our certification program. They come to us already knowing all the stuff and they're on a timing clock. We're testing them on how they price things and how they quote things. And it's been pretty exciting. We're keeping them scared. Just kidding. Just kidding. Trying to make it still fun. But at this level that we're here for certification, it is a profession. So we got to keep it real. Looking good. Who loves this red with this white? It is so sharp and gorgeous. I think I'm going to have to add some to my holiday bulldog sweater that I'm wearing today. I think my little Eleanor bulldog needs some sparkles. Since the real Eleanor's like, get that away from me. Don't make me wear clothes. All right. Any other questions? Any questions? Right. Oh, Oracle's interested in certification. Yes, sir. We can't wait to see you. Right. Awesome. Thank you, Rosetta. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Fantastic. All right. Almost done with these two stripes. Let's keep on going. And check it out on my napkin here. my syringe is getting a little messy. So I'm going to wipe that completely off, make sure there's no glue on this syringe tip. That way it just keeps everything nice and clean. Nice and clean. What glue for fabric? This one's a good one for fabric, but definitely check our glue guide that's on Crystal Ninja because we've got quite a few different glues that are great for fabrics. It depends on what kind of fabric. It depends on how thick the fabric is. There's lots of different glues that are great for fabrics, but your best bond is going to be a hot fix rhinestone. That's going to be your best. All right, we're still doing 16s and 12s, 16s and 12s. She probably is, yes. Oh, Carmi, is this cup available in Canada? Oh, thank you, Arlene. Let's see if anyone chimes in. Maybe they'll answer in the comments. Oh, okay.
Hey, Kelly, usually
Yeah.
Canada gets the same as the USA. I haven't picked one up yet, but I'm pretty sure we have it.
Okay, you better go get yours because after everybody sees this, it's gonna go viral and they're all gonna go get one, right?
You know what? There's a group of us watching here at the table, and we said the same thing, that there
Right?
won't be a candy cane tumbler left at
No more.
Michael's.
All gone, right? And then you'll have to look at all of our selfies with our cups, taking our little pictures, drinking our hot cocoa, right? Too funny, too funny. Well, I got mine. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, that's happening. I'm getting one of those. All right, I'm gonna do a long, long line of glue on this one, on this end here. And, oh, I skipped a 12. Come here, you. Because I think I'll have to do just 12s at this bottom for it to fit. Oh, so perfect. It doesn't always fit perfect, but when it does, it's always fun. Makes for a happier day. Happier than any other day with sparkles and bling. How is that even possible? Now I really do want some peppermint bark, and I think I ate all of them. Oh, well. All right, this last part of the white, the clear, crystal clear. Let me put the 12. I skipped that one again. My brain's like, pattern? What pattern? I feel like I should be humming some holiday music. And I'm gonna finish it off with a 12 as well. There we go. Look how perfect that fits in there. It stays inside that little stripe. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Awesome. Oh, they're still available online. Cool. All right, let's come in with the rest of the red. And I can answer any other questions, and then we're going to be done. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down, but I'm going to be fast. Let's go fast, fast. Alternating. Ooh, somebody brought me a snack. Look at that. We've got candy. Look at that. Look how perfect that is. See? Who doesn't want one of these while you're working on one of these? Right? I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's see. Now you got me all confused with my fill pattern here. Yeah. Got me all excited about my candies. The chocolates. Oh, because now I'm going to put some stones on the chocolates too. Just think how simple, you guys, for little gifts for all your hosts and hostesses for your parties this year. Even something as simple as a little candy with a little sparkle to it, it'll bring so much more happiness than just the candy alone. All right. Let's do this one. Oh, Becky, that's a great question. I just saw that one pop up. Do you recommend always making sure the item or the area is the same color as the stones you'll be using? It is a good recommendation. It helps the stones and the item to look really nice and sharp. But you could use something that's contrasted. You could use something that's, very similar. It does not have to be exactly the same. But you could, and it's good to try out on smaller items, small little gift items. If you have like a little black compact mirror, putting clear stones on it, you're going to see the black kind of behind that. So having it be complementary, if maybe you have a gold mirror and you're using like a lighter color, like a light rose, that could look really pretty. That stone was way too big for right there. I think this stripe is definitely getting smaller, so I might have to go down to just the 12 for this last bit here. Not too bad, not too bad. A little scooch. And it's all right. That's definitely something our certified engineers are getting put through the drill for. Paint it or don't paint it? And what color are you going to paint it? So yeah, that was fun yesterday. All right. There we go, you guys. I did have to use 12s on those last ones for it to fit nicely inside this stripe because it did get a little bit smaller. And that was just my preference. Look how cool that is. Isn't that nice? And now I've got, maybe this weekend, maybe I'll do another stripe on this side and then maybe even one back here that carries around. Maybe I'll find some time to do that this weekend. But if you guys know me, it's not likely. It's not likely. I'll be working. It's busy. It's busy season. Every single day is busy season. Right? Isn't it beautiful? And how simple was that? Like it's not even been 1 hour and look how gorgeous that is. Super fun. All right. Any other questions? What can I do for you guys? What can I help answer? Let me put my stones back in their bags and not get them too mixed up. A little mix is okay for what we do. But I do try to keep things a little more organized. You're so welcome, Dana. I appreciate you hanging out with us today. That was a fun little project, and we can't wait to do something for you guys for December. So keep on the lookout for that to be on the schedule. That's going to be so fun. Yes, Rosetta, the materials. Yes. So I used, I guess 6 sizes, 3 in the clear and 3 in the red. So in the red, we used the 12 and the 16 and the 20, right? One package each of those. And then in the clear, the same thing. We used the 20, the 16, and the 12. 16 and then 12. 3 sizes. 2 colors. And then also on the top, there was that top one. We've got the 34s up top, and that's in this package. And then my emerald is the 16s as well. Isn't that great? Maybe they'll get some bigger packages in Nova Scotia. Yeah. Let them know you guys want it. Let them know. They'll bring it. Definitely, definitely. Awesome. What else can I, oh, and the glue. We used Aileen's The Ultimate. I've got 2 different packages here. I think one was from my desk at home. And then of course your amazing crystal katana tool, the pickup tool. Love it. You're so welcome, Gayla. Thank you for joining us. And also we have our gluing syringes. This was the 5-piece syringe kit. And then also the 20 gauge tips, little pink ones. Super fun and very easy. Yeah. Is a pack enough to do the whole cup? No, Linda, you will need quite a few. It's for the amount of for the stripes, yes. One of each of these packets is enough because you're going to be using both sizes all the way down and switching it. So you will have enough to do the whole cup with these 6 packages, but it does take 6 packages to do a cup this big. Like that's a lot of work. So think about that before you guys attempt a big tumbler like this. If you're doing the whole thing, it's a ton of work. But if you've got a couple of days, a couple of evenings of some downtime, it's pretty relaxing and it's kind of fun. So yeah, it's good stuff. That's right. And everything is at michaels.com. 100%.
Kelly,
Awesome.
on behalf of everyone at John Bead, thank you again for letting us into your studio today.
Sure. Of
And
course.
we'll definitely let everybody know what the class in December is like, and
Yes.
hopefully they'll return for a
All
little more
right.
sparkle.
Thank you guys so much. It was an honor to be here again. And I'm going to go find me some hot chocolate.